How does that work as far as the audit defense? You guys hopefully never gets to there, but people do get audited. How does that work, Isaac?
Yeah, so thank God we've done close to 40,000 studies. We've been audited a few times, and the IRS, they were very, very happy with what they saw. We don't cut any corners. Obviously, we push the envelope as much as legally possible. We don't do anything illegal. So every dollar is backed up, every light bulb, every little piece of tile, everything is documented in the report, exactly how we took it, where we found it, why we found it, how it was there, when it was there. Literally everything from A to Z, before and after. So,
and your guys fly out from where you are in the East Coast there, or do you guys use local guys, or how does that work?
Yes, we have 6 offices over the U.S., so that gives us a footprint in certain different demographics. In Texas, we have a very big stronghold. California, we do. There are times that we fly guys out. There are times that we do it remotely. There are times that we'll sub it out. People don't like hearing that. Subbing it out is more, we have engineers that we work with that they'll go tour the property for us and send us the videos and stuff like that.
Understood. Does your firm do anything else in addition to cost seg, Isaac? Obviously, that's your specialty and your guys' bread and butter. Do you guys do any other consultation when it comes to taxes, IRS, etc.?
No. So there's other firms that do 179D, R&D. We specialize just in cost seg. We're very active with 1031s as well, but cost seg is our specialty, Madison Specs.
Okay, a couple things before we tie a bow on this. So as far as growth, what markets are you guys looking at? You specifically, you're obviously nationwide. You said you guys have a strong footprint in California, Texas. Obviously, I'm sure you're strong in the East, the Northeast where you are. But what markets do you see growth in, comparatively when you look at the way that the real estate markets are moving, especially in the multifamily space? It's hard to pencil deals. Are you seeing some slowdown on your side? Are you seeing some areas of opportunity, and where essentially can people, help you out there if they have some friends, relationships in certain markets and spaces?
Absolutely. So me specifically, I'm very, very focused on the hospitality market. That doesn't mean I don't do any other stuff. I do a lot of multifamily, but I spend a lot of time these days in the hospitality arena. There's a lot of untouched goods there. Now, in terms of demographic, obviously the local guys, there's an advantage of being able to meet up with them. But I'm very active in Texas. I'm very active in Colorado and Utah and Miami, Southeast North Carolina, South Carolina. But we've definitely shifted, not because we wanted to, but because the multifamily syndication world has tanked, to say the least. We've definitely shifted to new construction, development, hotels. Retail and self-storage are like a seesaw in a way, up and down, but definitely still stuff moving. But even multifamily, transactions are definitely down, but we're trying. My boss told me something one time that I thought was just eye-opening. I said to him, hey, what are we going to do? Multifamily syndication world is down 70%. He said, Isaac, there's hundreds of thousands of studies being done every single year in the US. All you got to do is just tap into new markets and the work is there to be done. There's people giving other firms work. Tap into those guys, create those relationships. Don't get complacent.
I don't want excuses. I want results, man. Find a way. Okay, anything else you want to talk about here, Isaac? Anything else you want to shout out? I'm going to talk about at the end as we kind of tie a bow on this. We're going to do skip the line hacks, as well as, kind of what sets you apart. I think we've kind of heard some of that today, but is there anything else you want to touch on as far as your business?
Nothing off the top of my head. All I could say is a plug for myself that I definitely love to talk to each and every one of you, and I think you'll be happy. I think we have a good process. We have a smooth process. And I think there's one thing that I do want to say that, and this is not to call anybody out, but many times clients will come to me and they'll say, hey, Isaac, you're charging $5,000. This guy's charging $4,000. We'll work with you on pricing. We'll figure it out. But just make sure that everything's inclusive. How many times guys came back to me, they started charging me $1,000 for the 3115, and they started charging me an extra $500 for the site visit, another this. So just, again, it comes back to our conversation about honesty. You're dealing with an honest guy, you're going to get honest results. You're dealing with somebody that's not honest, you're not going to get honest results, no matter how rosy it looks at the outset. We'll give it to you for free. We'll give it to you for this. So something very important to know.
Yeah, change orders. We deal with that a lot in the operator contractor space, Isaac. Like people, they'll come in, they'll bid super low, and their whole intention is on the back end to change order people to death. So I agree with that too. I never even understood that until I got into contracting, but a lot of people play the game that way, and I don't find it to be the way you should actually do business. Okay, biggest loss you've had to overcome in your career, what you learned, what it felt like then, what it feels like now in hindsight. We can skip that. Let's just go to your skip the line hacks. So generally, the reason why I started the pod, Isaac, I come from humble beginnings. I've talked about that many times. There are people in my life, mentors, people that I went to church with, etc., teachers, people that I looked up to that helped me along the way. And I feel like some of the systems that we have in the country, are generally just a waste of time. I feel like with the internet now, with YouTube University, with mentorship, with careers and opportunities that, like you talked about your mentor, right? Ike is his name, right? I mean, how much has that guy taught you in your life that you cannot get out of a book or sitting in a class?
Tremendous amount.
I'm not saying, I am not opposed to school, for the record, people. I'm not saying don't go to college, don't go to high school, don't get good grades. What I am saying is utilize resources that exist in 2024 that did not exist in 1970, which is the internet, right? Obviously YouTube, obviously networking, Facebook groups, mentorship, all the stuff that's out there now that you have access to, use it. It's going to help you skip lines. And
100%.
Again, with mentorship too, Isaac, my last point on that is, it's not only learning from your own experience. I think one way to propel yourself forward in your career, Isaac, is to learn from other people's hits. Like if you took a hit and you tell me about it, Jonathan, don't do that. Don't go in there. There's a guy in there waiting for you to throw a right hook. Like I'm already gonna be prepared. I should not go in that room, right? Like don't invest in that asset class. Hey, let's wait on this. Hey, let's let's buy some puts instead of buying all calls. You know what I mean? So essentially learn from your own experiences and learn from other people's experiences that you value and respect, that are intelligent and hardworking, and it'll save yourself some pain. So help the people save themselves some pain and propel themselves forward in their careers, Isaac. Some skip the line hacks that you can share with the people.
Name drop. Name drop is the name of the game.
Okay. So you're saying elevating your status, so to speak, by association with prestigious or affluent people.
Absolutely. When I'm speaking to a guy and I say, hey, by the way, do you know this guy? And he's like, yeah, of course I know him. He lives in my city. He buys big stuff. I work with him. I'm good friends with him. That will make that person feel much more comfortable already with you. And that will really jump a bunch of rungs in the ladder in one quick jump.